From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for DeAndre Swift. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They stormed the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And we get about 3 up close to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And now an audible here into something else. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To the air, Williams. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series. Go ahead.
After the turnover, it's Toine. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Looking to throw is Williams. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, he finds Moore. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw once more, here's Williams. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Williams going to sneak it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Williams going to sneak it. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bears post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Williams going to throw for it. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. So they try to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw, Williams. Allen's got it complete. And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Williams. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far in this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 31 yards. And the Dolphins are back within a couple of the lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes
taking it right down Broadway, through the middle of the field. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's Swift. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are able to stretch out their lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there. And this remains a 7-point game. So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to home and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's caught inside the 20, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Working out of the game, Williams. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try to...
Oh, and Toine going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And wide open, complete. Down the right sideline. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now Tua. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 4th down conversion plays. You usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. Up the middle, Achane. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Again, it's Achane. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
I have to think a major focus at halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back. Touchdown, Chicago! Roma Dunze, 74 yards. And the Bears have retaken a third-quarter lead. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for two. They'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there and worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators are probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A give, running right, Achane. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On play action, here's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Tua on fourth down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. A pass complete to Dunze. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He can lost her only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches. Williams going to sneak it, and he will have the Bears first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around, they're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. This one here. If they win this ball game, a game ball, definitely coming from his head coach.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. First down, Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, and you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears are going to take over here up near the 40. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best.
Speaking of, here's Bronny James with the steal.
And a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it.
Yeah,
it's not always how you start, it's how you
speaking
finish.
of, here's Bronny.
Maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. It's Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Throwing is Williams. He's going to look deep for more. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore, 51 yards. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And rookie quarterback Charles coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team the entire offense is going to get plenty of praise. But I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns to 21.
Let's find out.
Santos to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Oh, hey, Ma, don't forget.
That was pretty fast. I did that in 20 minutes.
Well, I like to work fast, man. I don't believe in really holding up people's problems.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this game has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense. And this is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Tua going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. We're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them,